Hello, my name is Zoe Hunt. I'm with the EFA, and we are a nonprofit organization, and our mandate is to help better our flute community through education and artistry. Today, we're joined by Liz Faulkner. Liz Faulkner is a casual member of the ESO. She was a core member for 1 year. Today we're talking all things flute with. Hello, Liz.
Hi, Zoe. Good to see you.
Yes. We have some questions for you today. First question is, how did you come to play the flute? What is your flute journey?
Okay, my interest first started, I guess before grade 6, because I started in grade 6, well, the summer before. My sister, she plays the flute. And she's like 15 years older than me. And so she wanted me to start band with the oboe. And I said, no, I want to play flute like you. So she jump started me in the summer. And yeah, it's been fun ever since. So
awesome.
I've always been serious about the flute, I guess. It got me out of piano practicing, so I started by playing like an hour and a half a day, so my mom would feel too guilty to make me practice the piano. So that's how I got out of piano.
Very good thinking. Yes, very smart. Right. So does your sister still play?
Yeah,
she
plays in Coquitlam. I forget her orchestra, but she's in an amateur orchestra, and she loves it.
Awesome. Oh, cool. Okay. And then, so after grade 6 band, you went into and kept going with bands. And then did you get private lessons as well?
Yes, I did. I grew up in a town, so there were no strings around. It was just all band focused.
Right.
And yeah, I got private lessons from a man in town. And during the summers, I would go take a few lessons with Kathleen Rudolph in Vancouver, and also Paul Douglas. So yeah, that was really fun. And then I went to King's University for a bit. Well, at that time it was King's College.
Oh, you went to King's?
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I went there for a couple of years. And then I decided to transfer to U of A to get more orchestral experience, because I was playing in EYO at that time. So that was my first experience really with strings, is EYO. And yeah, since then.
How long was that for then? How long in the EYO were you?
Oh, that's a good question. I think I did 6 years of post-secondary schooling, so that 6 years would make sense.
Okay.
Yeah, about 6 years.
Oh, nice. And then you went to the University of Alberta.
Yeah.
And how long were you there for at the U of A?
Well, I finished off my Bachelor of Music, and then I decided on education instead of a master's. Just I thought for practicality, for making a living afterwards. And so I did that, and I did teach. I was a band teacher for a couple of years.
Is that right?
And
cool.
Yeah. And in that time I won the Red Deer Symphony Orchestra co-principal position. So I played there for I think 6 years as well. And that was like, I just kept on playing. Like I traveled there while I was teaching in Drayton Valley. I would travel to Red Deer and play with them. And so that was like a stepping stone. And God opened up doors for me here. And I played fourth flute for a bit. And then I won, and then I was playing some third flute as well. And then I won the audition when Liz went on her mat leave. Then I stepped in for her, and that was so exciting. And I've been playing ever since. Like, it was my childhood dream to play in an orchestra, so that's all I focused on ever since grade 6.
Fantastic. That's really good. So can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, there were, I can't remember the exact amount. I think it was 12 people. I can't remember. And but we had an orchestra list. I can't remember if it was a month or two beforehand of orchestral excerpts. So I prepared those and a Mozart concerto, the first movement, like the exposition. And I just worked my tail off for that. And I was surprised to get the job. So and then when Liz was on mat leave with Mark, I became pregnant. And so that was exciting. I was playing beside Shelley and all pregnant, and she was giving me advice and everything. It was great.
Is that ever cool? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah, so
story. I love that. Oh my
yeah.
God. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the job, right? Becoming a member of the ESO, is it rare for a local to get the ESO position, or is it more common to have people from outside of Edmonton come here and then get the position? And
That's a
start
good question. I don't know.
Okay. Next question is about your practice routine. Do you have a specific practice routine or anything like that?
A general one, yes.
Okay.
Just the standard long tones on the flute. Um, just long tones and scale arpeggio patterns like Taffanel and Gobert, or I'll mix it up all the time. And studies. I love playing studies. I've always loved studies.
Cool. What is your favorite study composer? Did I say
I always come back to Anderson. Like they're all great. They all have, I don't know, some kind of flavor to their music.
Mm-hmm.
But Anderson, they're just they work out bugs. And I don't know, once you get to know one, it's like you can daydream during it. I shouldn't say that, but it's just like your fingers are going and you can just let them go.
You got it. Okay.
Yeah. I love the metronome. I love practicing with the metronome when I think of it as my duet partner. Yeah, because I can go astray so fast and just make make the phrase into mush and, make it like a romance or something and play with the timing too much. And it's like, no, I better get back to reality.
But yeah, metronome is your duet partner. I love that. It's
Yeah.
something that you've learned from a teacher or mentor.
Oh, have fun with playing. Sometimes it can get too serious in the practice room and you can start beating yourself up. At least I can. and it's just, yeah, I gotta get back to having fun with it. And if I'm having a bad flute day, I'll play the piccolo instead.
Okay.
I usually either have a good piccolo day or a good flute day. So I tend to stick with whichever one I'm sounding best on that day.
Okay. Which do you prefer? Do you have one over the other that you prefer?
It varies day to day.
Okay.
Sometimes I do like the piccolo better than the flute.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
When did you start practicing the piccolo? When did you start learning that?
Oh, that's a good question. In high school, I remember I tried blowing in a piccolo and I couldn't make a sound. So it must have been university.
In university?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Because I found the piccolo really challenging to play. Like it's a very unique, specific instrument, and you need to have a certain, you need to have lung capacity for sure, don't you?
I find the flute it takes more oxygen than the piccolo.
Okay.
Piccolo, I can go for a longer time without breathing. But it's a different kind. It's almost like playing the oboe, but not quite that back pressured. Not nearly that much back pressured. But one of my oboe friends, she picked up the piccolo and she just played it like nothing. She sounded so amazing on it.
Is that right?
And she said it was so easy to play. I thought that was really interesting.
That is. So let's see. For flute music, what is your favorite kind of flute music and why?
I like playing Bach.
Everybody's saying Bach. They love the Bach cantatas and the.
Yeah.
What parts of Bach do you like the best?
The organization of it, the sound of it. He writes so amazing with other instruments. And there's lots of notes. So flute players usually love to eat up notes. I love to, and they're not. The rhythms are sensible. And it's fun double tonguing.
Do you have any performance advice?
Performance advice. I guess so. I've never done this, but someone told me to chew on the back of your tongue if your mouth is dry.
Okay.
And I guess I've always been too nervous to think of that during performances, but that one seems like a good one. Breathing deeply, stretching your large muscles. Like I like to stretch my legs and my arms just to calm and relax myself. And breathe deep into the back, lower back. Maybe
these are good tips.
Okay, thanks. I like to hang out with friends too. Well, depending on what I'm playing. If it's something really technical and difficult that I feel like, I don't have a grasp on it, then I'm the nervous wreck. I'm just trying to breathe and relax, roll back my shoulders, drop them, anything I can do there.
Okay.
But if it's an easier piece, I like to be with friends and, laugh and giggle.
Nice. That's good.
To relax myself.
Exactly. Makes things easier.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And here's our last question. Can you tell us something about yourself that nobody else knows or that we don't know about you?
Okay, I've thought about this one for like a couple of months and I still can't come up with a proper one, but
I love you.
Maybe people don't know that I'm in ceremonial guard. It's in Ottawa, the band, where you have to do your training for the military, the reserves. And so it's like a 4-week course. This is mostly for university students, it's scheduled for them. So after you finish university, beginning of May, it starts for 4 weeks and you do boot camp. So your private training, and I loved that. It was really fun. And
that's surprising.
We got to
wow, that's great.
Yeah, I loved the routine and just being out on the field, shooting a gun, and I always think of targets, not people or animals or anything. Just it was fun being on the field, running around and rolling around on the ground. Cool. And then I did this for 2 summers. So that training only for 1 summer, but I played for the 2 summers on a Parliament Hill with a big bearskin,
goodness,
and the wool jackets and everything. So that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Wow, that's so unique. What a crazy cool experience. It
was, yeah.
Yeah, that's really unique. And so that was 2 summers that you did that?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was a job for 2 summers as well. So perfect for university kids.
Right, right. And so you're trained as a reserve as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
But it was back in the 90s.
No.
I'll always have the memories of it.
Yes, exactly. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to be with us and answer our questions. And yeah, it was really nice to get to know you a little bit better.
Get to know